Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk about network topologies, specifically bus, ring, mesh and star. But before we get into that, please do me a favour, like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, so your subscription will be very much appreciated and will encourage me to make even more of these kind of videos. So a topology is the shape of a network. So that's what it means, the shape of a network. And for your exam, you may need to know 4. So I've written may need to know 4. For some specifications like Edexcel, you only need to know 2. But for some, like AQA, you need to know 4. So I'll go through 4. So the bus network here kind of looks like a bus line. And what you've got are your computers there connected to it. So we can see on the left-hand side, the box there, that is actually what's called a terminator. On the right-hand side, we might have a printer. We might not have a printer. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to have that. May or may not be there. But we can see we've got 5 computers connected to that network. So positives are it's inexpensive, less cabling, and relatively easy to set up. Negatives are it's not as secure. Messages can be intercepted. If computer A were to send a message to computer E, along the way, there's 3 computers that could potentially intercept that message. So it's not particularly secure network. Star network. So what we've got here is a network that actually looks like a star. It's in the star shape. So we've got our server in the bottom left there, and we've got a hub or switch. And connected to that are, in this case, we have 4 workstations and a printer. So the positives of that are it is secure, much more secure than the bus, for example. Messages cannot be intercepted. Negatives, it's more expensive, so to set it up, and because it needs more cabling. This kind of network is what you probably typically see in a school or college. Next we have a ring network. Now the ring network looks like a ring. Data will travel unidirectionally, so in one direction all the way round. So the positives of that are adding extra devices does not affect the performance of the network. Easy to add extra network devices. Data travels unidirectionally, which will mean no collisions. Negatives, well, the whole network will fail if the cable is cut or damaged. It can be difficult to identify where the fault is on the network. And also, they're just like the bus network, there are also security issues as well, with messages being diverted, intercepted. Mesh network, an interesting one this. So this would be in the Edexcel specification as well. So literally looks like a mesh. All computers are connected to one another. So you can imagine it's very fault tolerant. One device fails, the whole network doesn't have to go down. Messages can easily be rerouted. Very high performance, because every device is connected to each other. Negatives, you can imagine how expensive it will be to create that. Difficult and expensive to install wired mesh networks. Can be difficult to manage due to number of connections within the network. Imagine if there were even more computers than that. So we have 6 here, but if we doubled that, tripled that, just what the mesh would look like. So those are our 4 topologies that you will face at least GCSE level, even A level. So an exam question now of 4 marks. A small business has a network consisting of 3 computers, 1 printer and a server. The network uses star topology. Draw a diagram of the network and label all parts. So if I'm drawing this, I'm going to start with the server. I'm going to place a server in there, which is probably one of the most important things, and if not the most important thing in my star network. Now I'll put a hub in the middle. Now I'll connect them together. Now I'll add my computers. And now I'll need to connect them to my hub in my star shape. Now to finish this off, I need to add myself a printer. And I'll connect that to the network as well. So that is my star network with my 3 computers, my printer, my server, and my hub, which must be in the middle. I'd recommend not doing what I did. I'd probably use a ruler for the lines. But that is completed there, and that is 4 marks. So here's another exam question, again for 4 marks. Draw a network showing the flow of data. A ring network showing the flow of data. The ring network should have 4 computers and a printer. Now here's my 4 computers, and I've spread them out in such a way that I'm going to be able to draw a ring. Now I need to add my printer. So here's my printer, and it's important to remember to label all of these components. Now I'll draw the ring network. So in the space I've got, I've drawn a ring there. Obviously at the bit at the top, I'd try and draw that in a bit more circular fashion, but I ran out of space there. So now I need to show the flow of data. So I've used a different colour just to make that really clear there, where the data is going, and the data is going in a clockwise fashion. I think I'd always go in a clockwise fashion. So that completes that exam question for 4 marks. So make sure you can draw the 4 topologies, and you can label them, and you show the flow of data, particularly on a ring network, for example, where it should be flowing unidirectionally. So that completes that video. As always, big thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.